It feels like almost no time has elapsed since last week.
I know.
It's crazy. Hey, welcome back, everyone. I am Oliver Redboots, and that is Swan Maulsmith. Swanee, we are back.
We're back.
At the Yawning Portal for Rod and Flagon. As always, please send your birds to @Rod and Flagon, @S Maulsmith, or @Oliver Redboots, and we will answer your questions and get to them. Last week had 2 questions that I thought were fabulous and 1 question that was just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I want to talk about first.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about first? 'Cause I don't want to. I know we had a weird week.
We did.
And I really want to get into it, but I don't know if you wanted to.
No. We should just get right into it.
Just right into it.
Yeah.
Right into it. The college, man.
I didn't realize that was going to take up so much of my week.
Well, I guess also the fact that Lucy's gone, right? Like, that didn't help.
Okay, yes.
Because I feel like your time, you were either f***ing with me at that stupid community college or you were with the kids.
Yeah. So Lucy, who, unexpectedly had parenting duties by herself for a month while we were traipsing through the Feywild, decided, you know what, schmuck? I'm going on spa week. So
she f***ed off to Silvery Moon for a week.
Yeah. You know how much argument there was for me?
None.
Right? Have fun.
You were like, would you like a bag of holding full of gold, honey?
Yeah. Please just come back. Yeah.
So she's absconded to Silvery Moon and is hanging out with Lady Illustra right now. Is sitting in hot springs and whatnot?
Man, that's what I've been doing.
Sipping wine and mimosas and shit.
Exactly.
Well, you have new bags under your eyes from being up all night and then being up all night with me at this stupid college thing that we had to go through. So they really enjoyed your talk, though. Like, that was amazing. Like
it came together last minute.
The students really enjoyed it. Seemed like I feel like you made a few converts. Like, I know that there a couple of kids that said they were going to come check out the Gaunt Forge and maybe like apply for an apprenticeship there. That was pretty cool.
That was cool. I mean, we talked a little bit about that. It was more, the theme was sort of staying strong in the face of adversity. It wasn't really supposed to be an advertising campaign for the Temple of Gaunt. But
well,
yeah,
I
we
mean,
had some people come in.
Staying strong in the face of adversity is, I feel like that's literally Gaunt's stuff, right? That's his jam, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
creative solutions to
common problems and difficult problems. Yeah, that was awesome. So they loved it. Yeah. The faculty loved it too. And then we figured out the boat thing. Oh.
Man, talk about going from on a sort of contact high at the end of the speech to like,
yeah, to like,
you guys really.
So I don't want to like skip ahead, but I do want. So last week we found out that WDCC, who was a local school of learning in Waterdeep, a smaller one, they have a rowing team that f***s around and rows around on the harbor.
Yeah,
Waterdeep Harbor is generally considered super dangerous.
Yes,
and we didn't understand why the hell they were doing it, and then we figured out why.
Yeah.
And
here's a shock. It involves money.
Yes, it involves one person's particularly money. The shipbuilder in Waterdeep who was using that to basically like advertise.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Virgin Boat Makers.
Yeah.
Right? This douchey asshole who's just trying to get kids to pay overpriced for shitty boats to
look how good our boats are. We can send strapping 19-year-olds to row across the harbor and not get abducted. I guess that's the pitch.
Yeah, what a shitty pitch, right? And it's like, let's just be 100% honest. His larger ships, they're nice.
Yeah, it's job done for sure.
Why is he like moving into rowboats?
Don't know.
I do. So we had a long talk with the faculty and the leadership of the school, right? Like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, seriously.
They asked us to come back, and then they made that pitch. And I said yes before you really...
before we could actually figure out how we're going to do this.
In retrospect, like, I probably should have, said, let me and Swan talk about it. Like, we'll go back, we'll discuss
Suddenly, Lucy's going to be like, you cost us how much money when I was away at the spa? Like...
Yeah, her spa money is now going to seem like chump change. Right? So,
are you trying to get me divorced or
no,
incinerated?
It seems like it, though, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I've done everything except pay for a divorce attorney to come to your house. And so now, me and Swan are what are we? We're
the fundraising chairs,
and the benefactors of an entire section of the school.
Yeah, so we got tapped to do some fundraising
and give up our own gold, which is not an insignificant sum.
Correct. So fundraising is, you tap into your network and get them to donate, and well, of course, we're on the hook to donate a bunch.
A lot.
To try and help them to rebuild one of the training facilities.
It will basically change it from boat-centric
from
to
virgin boat training facilities.
To actually useful adventuring school,
yeah.
Right? Or some things, not just adventuring, but other stuff too. So now we're on the hook for that.
Yeah.
I am sorry, dude. I know I should have, like, this is why you can't take me to sales
Yeah, I
meetings,
really
right?
can't.
That's why I own that timeshare in Fendelin still. I just can't say no to dumb.
Yeah.
So that was basically our week, was like just changing the entire mission of a college out of nowhere based on a bird.
Challenge to change that. Like, they're not doing it until we come up with pretty significant chunk of change.
Right. I mean, we already have like half of that, right? Do you have to like petition the Church of Gone to get some of the gold, or do you just?
Yeah.
So you have to tell them about it?
Yeah.
Is it like a sales meeting you have to go to them, or you just have to tell it and they just give you a certain amount?
Oh no, they're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, hey, thanks for all your service. By the way, here's several thousand gold. Like, no, they're not down for that. I mean, if I needed it for something to advance the interests of Gond,
well, you
which
are
is probably
advancing.
how I'm going to try and pitch it.
Yeah,
but like,
you're
no, they're
definitely-
not obligated to give me that much gold.
Huh? Even after all of the gold that you've given them over the years,
Correct.
the tens and tens of thousands of diamonds and
Yeah.
rubies and gold and
Yep.
magic items that I'm
do
going
pay
to
for
have
my
to,
house,
I'm
you
going to
know?
have to go sell of my own to dip into to get some of this money for this.
You
school.
were
Oh no! I
champing
take
at the bit there to commit
I
to
take
this.
full responsibility for this
Okay.
shenanigan. Like it's rare that I know it's rare that you hear me say that, but like this one's really on me. Because I was like, yes, I'll be the benefactor for an entire school, knowing that I've never even went to school.
Yeah,
Like,
and
all
then
of my
smash cut
magic-
to me turning to you very slowly and crickets chirping. Like, what?
And the fun, I mean, like I did learn some wizardry, but it wasn't from a school, you know.
Right.
Like, well, I guess it was, but like that's a whole other thing. But like,
You're really more home wizard school than anything else.
they asked me to leave. So, but anyway, so now, yeah, we got a gig.
We
I
have
had-
to come up with some cash for
and,
sure.
and not only that, like we have to some type of oversee, or like we have some type of like leadership position in the school now. This is weird. That I'm not used to.
There's a lot of work. We're gonna have to start writing letters. We're gonna have to start holding. Some
Remember when we
events.
said we'd do this show just to like tell dumb stories and
I know.
have
Where
drinks?
the good old days. 3 months ago.
We went from like, oh yeah, we'll just get together to. Wait a minute, we had to go to the Feywild. Wait a minute, we had to go to we had to take a road trip.
Yeah. You know what we need to do? We need to start a GoldFundMe.
You think?
Yeah.
You think that's that necessary?
Oh yeah.
But like, she's not here. I know, but when she gets back, do you think Lucinda would let us tap into her Lord's Alliance friends?
Oh, I think for sure.
Well, like we can have a ball, right? We can
Yeah.
put together a pretty mean ball, right? Dude, we got to invite those pan clerics.
Oh.
And then we need to revisit like
yes.
where the hell that wine comes
Yeah.
from.
No, that's. I
Because
like
it's
where
like we
this
could have
going.
a wine stand where like people have to pay a certain number of gold and it all goes to the school charity, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
No, I think we get them loaded and
Home
then we
run.
hit them up for donations. This
Home
is how
run.
this has to work.
Yeah. And also, I ran out of mushrooms, so I'd like to see the pan
You
clerics
ran
again.
out of mushrooms?
Yeah, why?
Okay, just checking. Just make sure I heard you.
No, I don't have any more anymore.
Okay.
Like, I've taken them all.
Okay.
I did take a few in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Which is probably why we were there too long.
Yep.
But that, whatever. That's fine. And I
Did they
can't-
work in the Feywild?
Oh boy, did they work?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's either it's not going to work or it's really going to
Man, did it work. Like, plants have another kind of thing in the Feywild.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So yes, so the not only did the mushrooms work, it was like, dude, I could see smells. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things.
Yeah. Somebody,
was-
please help me. My fingers fell off. Yeah, I got you.
They were there, ladies and gentlemen. They were there. So hey, what's up, everyone? We're back, and here we are. We're now the benefactors of a school in Waterdeep. We've had more shenanigans in the last couple of months than we've had in the last year or so. The Thud says hi. Ran into him on the street.
How's he doing?
He was doing great when I saw him. He was like stopping a break-in at Uncle Willie's. Someone had the balls to try to steal from Uncle Willie in broad daylight, and Thud just happened to be there.
Oh, man.
And
This is a confluence of a very bad day for somebody.
I could not even imagine how stupid. I guess I should set it up. So I was going to get some alchemical supplies, right? I walk in and I see Thud, and he just is so happy to see me. The grin on his ear to ear. And the kid that works for Uncle Willie wasn't there. I can't remember the kid's name. But he's the alchemical apprentice, right?
Okay.
The guy that's whipping shit up in the back.
Yeah.
And some like roustabouts are at the counter.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're gonna take all the money and we're gonna just we're not paying for these supplies or whatever the hell they said, right?
Okay.
And they think there's one staring at Thud, and I guess this guy just really had delusions of grandeur. Like he was a stout lad. He was a well-built young man, but like, and if we're being fair, like Thud does not look like the Thud we used to know, right? Like
No, I mean,
he dresses like a disheveled dad.
sure.
Right? So there's a 7.5 foot tall guy in there, and he's clearly intimidating. But he doesn't have any weapons on him, and the young man has a sword on him. And he tells me to lock the door behind me. And I'm like, I don't know if you want to be locked in here with Thud, but sure. And I did, and I watched Thud gleefully beat the shit out of 3 would-be thieves at like noon, dude. It was at like noon. Like, I know Uncle Willie's shop is not in the best part of town,
right?
But it's not the worst by any stretch of the imagination. So that just kicked the shit out of 3 people, and I have never. He's clearly misses the game.
Yeah,
you know
I mean, this is a good I didn't know they were going to be able to scratch that itch today.
Yeah, and
nice.
there was some real glee involved in smashing that dude's head through the door. And when I say through the door, like not the window part.
Yeah.
Like the wood part.
Yeah.
Like I had to give the dude a health potion after that because I felt terrible. I mean, I had to pour it into his missing jaw.
Sure.
But, and like, have you ever seen someone do something so well you're watching art?
Yeah.
And Thud's art just happens to be
destruction.
beating shit out of
the man is.
He is an artist. He's
artistic genius of destruction.
Oh, God, it's so good. And then, so we went and had a drink after that, and he said, hey, tell Swanee I said hi, and he's really enjoying the show.
I haven't followed up him still since the pan wedding. Like, I haven't seen him in several weeks.
Since sending him a couple dozen sendings?
Yeah, drunk sendings, yeah.
He thought it was hilarious, if we're being honest. So,
oh, good, because last time we talked, he told me he's
going to kick the shit out of him.
When you say that, something's going to do that. Again, what I'm thinking of is he just housed 3 guys in the middle of a break-in. Like, it was nothing. So.
I can't tell you how much it was nothing. Like, the dude took one swing at him with the sword.
Like he was scratching his ass and 3 guys were dead.
If I didn't know him better and like know how much he was enjoying it, I would feel like he was like filling out forms at the bank. You know what I mean? It was just like a job. It wasn't even like it's something that is brushing his teeth, right? It's just something. It's a natural instinct. It's just something that you can do really well. It was just so much fun to watch. Sorry, I digress. I do love telling Thud stories though.
No, I mean.
Because there's just, and people wonder why we traveled around with him for like 20 years. It was like,
no, you shouldn't wonder why.
Yeah, I never felt safer.
Right.
It's like, oh, look at the big strong guy. No, I'm good. Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
You're going to come across some nails in this life.
Yeah.
Pays to have the biggest hammer possible.
It really does. It's like, I can't tell you how many times that we made it out of a really terrible thing.
Yeah, because, it'd be easier for us if there wasn't a wall there. Bang.
And there wasn't a wall.
There wasn't a wall there.
Like, and I remember telling, like, hey, Thud, I do magic. Like, it's literally the only thing I'm good at, and you don't let me do it all the time.
You save. Save strength.
He's a toss on my hair, that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Boots save strength. I don't have any strength. Thud. All right, whatever. Anyway, anything else happening before I tell more Thud stories?
Can I give you, okay.
For the listening audience at home cannot see the exasperated look on Swan.
You have mentioned in the past, we've had conversations about this. Stormy, my oldest, is getting to be quite handy at building things around the house.
Did he? Oh, he hasn't built my construct yet, though.
That's where we're going.
Oh, all right. I like it.
So I have been I've been encouraging him, and he's taken it as a challenge to sort of build you a golem to help you.
Yeah, but I don't need anything fancy. He knows that, right?
Yeah. No, and I mean, he's still an amateur, right? So, I'm sure we'll all be thrilled with the effort, and if you get any upside out of it,
right?
Yeah. He'd love to help out his Uncle Boots. There was a knock on the door, and I opened the door, and it was somebody from the municipality, Waterdeep, came to ask me some
magistrates?
questions. Magistrates.
The Waterdeep authorities came to your house.
Well,
and I wasn't there.
Not important magistrates.
Okay.
Some bureaucrats came to remind me that we didn't have a golem license.
Hang on a minute. Are you telling me that in Waterdeep you have a license to own a golem?
Yeah, to make a golem.
But owning one is okay?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the owning...
Well, I mean, you can make one for your own, household use, but if you make it for somebody else...
Oh, for f***ing sakes, man.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I figure, owning a golem, especially one that's, powerful, to kill someone, is way more important to license than the making of one.
Yeah, me too.
If you have a lethal weapon, clearly you should license that lethal weapon with the magistrates. Be like, oh, yes, I just happen to have a 7-foot-tall bronze golem in my house that if someone breaks in, it can blow fog on it or whatever. Nothing?
Nothing.
He came there to tell your son, who's, 12?
Well, I mean, I think this was actually more of a polite conversation, because I'm me.
Okay.
Right? Not like, hey, we're going to come crack down on you. It's like, hey, by the way, you really kind of need...
So he just dropped off a license, or an application, basically.
Pretty much.
What a douchebag.
Yeah.
I understand why I had to do this show to start with. I mean, it's basically, it's become, a thing now. But, like, I understand why I had to start it. That was my fault, right? And a workaround was this, which was bureaucracy, but, community service, right? Instead of jail time. Your kid making a golem should not be anything. The magistrate should not give a shit about a literal cleric of Gond. All you guys do is make shit.
I know.
That's like the entirety of the fucking point of your god is making shit. They're gonna tell you to.
I know.
The more I think about this, the more
I gotta find Shlomo and figure out why this is a thing.
And who knocked you out? Well, we're broadcasting it to the world. Never mind.
Oh, who?
Yeah, for sure. They probably listen to the show now.
Oh yeah. Who?
So if you listen to the show, you low-level bureaucrat asshole,
come on.
I hope you get a rash in an uncomfortable spot.
Okay, I'm not gonna step on that one.
Well, yeah, because you wanted to get a rash too.
Yeah, but anyway, So I got paperwork to do.
You got a stern talking to from a regular low-level bureaucrat.
Sort of.
One of the most powerful priests of Gone that I know. Hey man, you need a license to make a golem. Get the fuck out.
Right.
Does he not know that you can just take him to the forge? Wait, hold on. Does the forge need licenses? Or is that why you need to talk to Shlomo about it?
No, I'm fairly certain the Forge has whatever licensure we need. I think this was more like, putting together a golem for home use.
Is against some type of weird...
Well, no, it's I don't know what the heck
that doesn't make any sense to me.
You can make a golem for your own use as long as it's protecting your home, but, I don't think they want...
There's random golems walking around the street picking up groceries.
I really don't... Yeah.
Doing yard work outside.
I'm trying to err on the side of, there's probably a good reason for
you
this,
are
but
giving them
don't know what...
far too much credit, my friend.
Maybe.
That might be it, man. I'm telling you. Because it sounds like some dip one around with you.
Could be.
And are we sure this wasn't like a backdoor Zentarum plot to get you to give them some information? Because I know
That's
those
a great
assholes,
call. I didn't think of that.
Those assholes are not going to go quietly into the dark. I'm telling you, they're going to come up with some more bullshit that we're going to have to solve in the future.
Right. Let me talk to Shlomo. It definitely didn't start that paperwork, and now I'm going to go out home and put it in some kind of lead folder in case it's enchanted.
Listen. Just bring it here. Let me identify it and make sure that it's legit.
All right.
Because I feel like someone would have told you this by now. You've lived in Waterdeep forever.
I guess.
This would have been discussed.
I guess.
I really think this is some type of Zentarum or some shitty other cult.
All right. You've convinced me.
Spy network plot, right? Dangerous, man.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they're that dangerous. Let's be honest. They brought a guy to do dishes for 12 hours.
Scrap.
Really? What a diff. All right. You want to get fresh drinks?
Fresh drinks, and then questions.
So it's only getting bigger now. The pile's grown.
I know.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, by the way. Thank you.
Yes,
we
love
the
you
questions.
all.
We gotta knock some out.
We need
after
this.
the drink.
But we're gonna go get fresh drinks. We'll be right back.
Right back.
So I went with an ale this time, trying to switch it up a little bit.
What's that?
I went with an ale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like peach flavored.
Really?
It's terrible.
Okay.
It's absolutely disgusting. I never get fruit flavored.
We have to give Stern in the side eye here,
Well, his son tried to I think he's home brewing.
Yeah.
Right, and it's awful.
Okay.
And now I feel guilty about not drinking it, right? Because he's I had to give him a cheers and take a big swig, and I'm good, right? Yeah, yummy. Yeah, I love.
Do you need to knock it off the table accidentally?
I might have to do that. I've already tried prestidigitating it to much colder, right? Just to see if I can just hammer it down.
Yeah. It's
terrible, dude. Can I just get a little of yours into this other glass here?
Yeah,
thanks. All right. So, hey, we're back, everyone. Not everybody knows I'm drinking peach ale or whatever. Sorry.
It's good, though.
It's yummy. We are Rod and Flagon. I am Oliver Redboots. That, of course, is Swan Maulsmith. And you can reach us at Rod and Flagon, at Oliver Redboots, or at S. Maulsmith. Eventually, I'm probably going to stop doing that because I feel like everybody knows at this point. No, I should keep doing that just in case. Yeah, always do that.
I like to get a good praise gone in,
praise
the show.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. What do you think Lucy's doing right now? Is it mimosa time, or is it just turning it out with the ladies?
Oh.
Because it's evening time in Silvery Moon. They're about an hour ahead of us.
Probably an early dinner,
Right,
there probably be a show involved.
Some type of show in Silvery Moon is one of the best places on the absolute planet. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Everything smells good.
She might be the Thunder from Down Under. I don't know. I feel like she's earned it.
Right, yeah, she has. Yeah. Clearly, we were gone for a month in the wackiest of wackadoo worlds.
Yeah.
And now... So we're back, though, and we have a shitload of catch-up questions.
Yes.
Which is something that I did not expect. Oh, and I did talk to a Dragonborn friend of ours.
Okay.
But I made a terrible mistake.
Oh.
So I talked to Mabel's, right?
Oh.
He's a Dragonborn now, right? Because when he was reincarnated, he was a gnome.
That's right.
And he was reincarnated to a Dragonborn.
That is correct.
So I should not have asked him about, Dragonborn society and, where they come from. And I was incredibly insensitive.
yeah.
And so sorry about that, Meebles, but we're going to talk to another Dragonborn friend of ours to come on and talk about like the difference between Dragonfolk and half dragons and Dragonborn.
Yeah.
I forgot that Meebles was.
He's just making it up now, isn't he?
Meebles?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he'll come on, right? But he was just. It's just like.
But I mean, the backstory, because he wouldn't know, because he was a gnome.
Yeah, he would only know gnome shit, right? And I'm sure there's got to be like some transition period where like he's expected to know all about Dragonborn life and lifestyles and rules and mores, right?
Yeah.
But now, I felt like
it's like when you marry a dwarven princess. You gotta.
I felt like such an asshole.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Meebles, do you want to come on the show? He's like, yeah, of course I do. And then I was like, hey, yeah, will you tell us all about Dragonborns and where they come from? He's like, what the hell, Boots?
Yeah.
You know I'm not a Dragonborn? And I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy. So, yeah, I guess I got to buy Meebles a few hundred drinks now.
Oh, well.
But I have worse things to do, right? Meebles is a great guy. He's funny, right? He's a dentist, for the people that don't know.
That's right.
His armor is, like, decorated with teeth.
And I feel like now that he's a Dragonborn and has giant teeth,
it's a lot more teeth now.
It sells the dentist image better.
And also, it's way more terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, when he was a gnome and they were, like, smaller teeth, it was like, oh, look at the little cute guy with the little white stuff. Oh, those are teeth. Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah. Now, as a Dragonborn, he's, like, 7 feet tall.
Let me look in your mouth.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Terrifying. It just doesn't hold up. Also, the fact that he's a red Dragonborn is a bit scarier than most, because, people normally, essentially, they have
Don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. Okay.
It's never without fire, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm cold.
Right.
It's awesome.
This soup is mediocre. Oh, no, it's better.
It's like they come with their own spices.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. So I wanted to get that out. But now we have just loads of questions that we have to get to. All right, so lay the first one on me. What do we got?
Okay.
And these are from just Adventurers in the Realm.
Adventurers in the Realm.
Just sending us birds or whatever. And some of these were the ones that these stupid Zent intercepted, right?
Yeah, we're still working through that backlog.
All right. And I'm telling you, man, I really think that guy's going to be... Anyway, so we'll come back to that next week.
Right.
That you need an application to build a f***ing golem. Get the that dude was clearly up to some shenanigans. If it turns out that guy's not Zent, I will pay your share of the community college gold.
The stakes just got real big.
Yeah, that's big stakes right there. All right, so first question.
All right. My party was out adventuring, and we picked up a number of gold coins that nobody can seem to recognize.
Recognize because of, like, the faces?
Yeah, nobody seems to recognize what's the originating currency.
Oh, it's like the imagery on the coin they're unfamiliar with.
Right. We are worried that we have picked up a family of baby mimics. How do we know that our gold coins are not baby mimics? And if they're not, what does a baby mimic look like?
Okay, all right. So, all right, we're gonna break this down one section at a time, right?
It's a lot to unpack. It's good.
So,
it's a good.
I do want to mention if a younger adventurer has not ran into a mimic, then we should probably talk about what that is, right? So, a mimic is a type of monster that literally mimics or looks exactly like something inane in a dungeon or a temple, right? It can look like a treasure chest, a door.
Usually, it's something that like you're
interested in.
You have some impulse to go touch.
Like you're going to want to
with.
Yeah, you're going to want to handle it in some way, right? So we've run into a lot of gold coins that had just really strange imagery on it, right? There was the ones from like what's the name that sold us the pies? Like she had images of that Count Strahd guy who's the vampire that no governance need happen in the daytime. We've like several different versions of coins. I would just say smelt them. Right, like if you're burning up baby mimics, I guess.
I'm on this train too.
Sorry, right?
Yeah. I think you'll wind up with the same amount of gold. You probably smelt it down. Like I wouldn't worry too much if you don't recognize the imagery on the coins.
Yeah, no one should care.
Because gold is gold.
Gold is gold, exactly.
But it is interesting. It never occurred to me
that a
mimic could be so small.
Yeah, but what would they be eating? I guess they're just trying to take chunks out of adventurers, right?
Probably,
yeah. They're like, you stick your hand into the gold to grab some. You come out, you're bleeding a little bit. Well, that might have just been a baby nibbling.
Sharp edge on a coin or something.
Yeah. What does a baby mimic look like? Whatever it wants, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever imprinted that comes from its mother mimic? Do mimics have mothers? Are they born
presumably. And that's like if they look at a treasure chest.
The baby mimics could be the gold inside the chest.
Right.
This is deep.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
That adventurer is going to go far in this life.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That adventure party. You got a good thinker.
Have we ever... I don't remember ever meeting a mimic.
I don't either.
I don't think I've ever actually ran into one. I'm like, I hear the horror stories, right? Of like, oh, that dreadful mimic in the dungeon. I've never seen one. And I know they come in different sizes and whatnot, but I've literally never seen one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good luck, young adventurer. Test it out. But the simplest answer, smelt them.
Smelt them.
Mm-hmm. Melt on all the gold.
I mean, if it's flesh looking like a thing, Still flesh.
Yeah, it's gonna go
Flesh
away.
burns.
Yeah, it's gonna burn away.
Yeah.
And especially if you have like a red dragonborn friend, right? Just like have him, just create the fire hot enough to melt all the gold. Boom, problem solved.
Right.
That was a great question. Thank you, whoever sent that in. Do you know who sent that in? Is the name
It's
on
somewhere
there?
in the paper.
Or did that? So like some of them are wet from dishwasher ass, and like the ink ran, right? Like I see that one. There's no way we're even gonna be able to read the question
No.
from this dipshit. Got it
No,
all wet
throw
with
that-
his
throw
stupid
that one away.
dishwasher whiting.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zent, you assholes.
Yeah. Really robbed us of. Anyway.
Intercepting our mimic questions.
Right.
Did you learn something, Black Network? We learned that you're idiots. Sorry. I'm sorry. See, I can't... I have to keep saying that, but, like, eventually they're going to send some more people.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking forward to it, if I'm being honest. Like, with
Scratch the itch.
with all the Feywild nonsense and seeing Thud throw somebody through a wall, I could fireball a bitch right now. I really could. So I could force cage the shit out of a few people. Like, that sounds like fun. All right, anyway, so next question.
We met an Abjuration Wizard, and we couldn't figure out if we should adventure with this person because it just seemed like the most self-loathing person we had ever met.
Why? I like Abjuration Wizards typically.
Me too.
They're the
I mean,
ones
it's
that,
an
like-
interesting breed of character, right? It's an interesting...
Well, anybody that chooses to use magic to make someone else better at something, or more likely to not get, whacked with something, it's got to be a special type.
But their calling card is sort of counterspell, right? I mean, that's really the Abjuration Wizard
or
calling
like
card.
shield is another like that's a quintessential abjuration thing, right? Like so basically they're just making something either not happen. Well, even
Yeah,
if they're
don't think
trying.
about Abjuration Wizards as an anti-wizard. Think about them as a defensive wizard.
Yeah, although I do see the anti-wizard like talking point.
Yeah.
Right. So like they're anti-wizard,
Yeah.
which sounds
It's
boring.
a lot of work to, like, defeat what you became.
Right, it sounds really boring, right?
Yeah.
Like, because if they're doing their job right, nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Shit! I never really thought about it that way. This is another great question. But if an Abjuration Wizard was it like a brooding, like just grumpy all the time? Like, what's his issue?
It doesn't say, right? But you could imagine that, like, I don't know. It's like being a
So I guess if your thing is not letting something happen, just by and large, your personality could be rather one note, right?
Right.
Or rather dull, right? You're like the equivalent of white bread and butter.
right.
Right, it'll feed you, right? But there's nothing exciting about it.
I mean, I don't know why we knock on Abjuration Wizards.
Oh, I'm not.
any
I'm
more
definitely
than-
not knocking on them.
No, but like, in my mind, they're very similar to like defensive duelists for fighters.
yeah, but
You spend a ton of time learning to fight, and then basically what you do is
nothing,
you become awesome at just dodging stuff.
making nothing happen.
Yeah.
And Abjuration Wizards do the exact same thing.
Right.
Like, because if they're doing the job right, nothing's happening. If an illusionist is doing his job right, everybody's confused, right? There's some smells like incense, right? It's like
Right.
weird. An Abjuration Wizard just is. It's like a breezy sunny day.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I would always, if the choices were like, let's say an illusionist or even a necromancer or an Abjuration Wizard,
Abjuration Wizard every time.
99 times out of 100, as long as they're not, assholes, right?
Yeah.
And even then, sometimes I take it because just I can't
Yeah.
travel with another illusionist.
But I mean, hey, look, if you can take the possibility of getting fireballed off the table, you can travel with me anytime.
I feel like that was a dig at
That
me.
wasn't a dig at you.
It
but
was
you know what I mean.
that was absolutely a dig at
was
me.
not a dig
It was
at you.
because that's like my
It was a little
spell.
bit of a dig at you.
It was a little bit of a dig. Thank you for admitting it. But I'm a fan of Abjuration magic, even if its whole thing is that nothing happens. Dude, because sometimes you don't want stuff to happen, right?
Right.
Like if you're in especially we fought how many wizards and liches? It was so fucking ridiculous. Like not having counterspell, which I guess I probably should know, but anyway. Not having someone that could do that,
Yeah.
it probably would have saved us a lot of pain.
Yeah.
If we had someone that could.
Yeah.
Right, all those times that Thud was dominated and swinging at you.
Yeah.
Like, that could have not happened.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah.
We would have appreciated
Yeah.
that. But-
Abjuration Wizards let you be you.
yeah, in a way, yeah, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Or they bring out the best you. Well,
Oh, I
that's
like it.
deep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for that question, whoever
Live,
sent
laugh,
that.
love, Abjuration.
Oh, as long as the name's not Karen. All right. What else you got?
Oh, you're going to.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Just delicious
This
one.
one's delicious. Is it unethical?
Unethical.
Is it unethical?
You're really asking me a morality
right?
question. You met me.
Seriously, everybody. Think about who you're asking the question to.
Yeah, so like that should be the shoe here should be on the other foot.
Right.
Hey, Swan, is this morally or ethically wrong? Because
Right.
I'm probably gonna be like, well, what are we gonna get out of it? Right? I'm more of a moral gray guy. Like I feel there are many shades to morality.
Yeah.
I'm definitely on the other side. Anyway, sorry. So shoot the question just so I can giggle at it.
This is along the lines of like sending a doppelganger to jury duty. Think about the question this way.
All right.
Is it unethical to go to my 25th high school reunion and cast Modify Memory so that people forget about that time I split my pants in high school?
So that's the moral conundrum?
Yeah.
There is not a single chance that I wouldn't do that. That's absolutely within the realm.
I would think twice about it.
Especially...
And then I would ask you to do it.
Like, especially if, like, you finally get to talk to that hot young lady or young man and that you adored in high school that just always just remembers that time you split your pants.
Right.
100% of the time I'm doing that.
Yeah.
If I could change the outcome in my favor even more, are you kidding me? With zero hesitation.
It's a powerful spell.
I
Modify
might
Memory.
do this. Do I? No, I can't cast it. Well, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I've cast it before. I have a scroll.
Yeah, a scroll. Sure.
Yeah, so I might do this just for fun now. I might like go up to someone like, someone I've wronged in the past. I owe money to him. Like, no, I don't. I paid you, a few years ago. This is literally giving me a good idea.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to steal the Modify Memory thing and go use it. I think I casted it on a dude in Golden Fields to make him think that we actually delivered the cart of apples that went off the cliff when the ogre attacked us, right? That was the time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a whole thing.
He was super into those apples.
Well, you remember those were the golden apples that like healed you, and they were like worth a fortune, and we kind of...
Those are the apples that could feed a soldier
for
a week.
Listen, not all of our adventurers our adventure outcomes were successful,
no.
Right? Like despite our best efforts.
Any adventure you walk away from, still successful, but
right,
some you have to run away from.
So we had to modify his memory, and we got out of that. And Lifeless the Tree was the only one that was really judgmental of us after that, if I remember correctly. Maybe, did somebody cast Modify Memory on me? Have you ever done that to me? Why are you looking like that?
No.
That was not a very convincing no. Because I know you can do it, right? Dude,
no.
Dude.
What?
Have you ever cast Modify Memory on me?
I think we should move on to the next question.
No, we're putting a pin in that.
Okay.
You son of a bitch. Next question.
Next question.
You motherfucker. What did you modify? That's not...
Anyway, next question.
All right.
Again, we're just pulling these out of the pile. Our paladin has a Sunsword.
A what?
Sunsword.
What the fuck is that? You gotta remember, dude, I don't weapon very well.
Oh, right. Sunsword is a magical weapon, but it also gives off radiant light.
Okay, cool.
Right, it's particularly effective against undead.
Like zombies and vampires?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you... shouldn't you have one of those? Really not your bag, though, like a hammer guy, right?
Yeah.
But if your paladin has one, I feel like that would be... Dude, that's like going to be like fishing in a barrel, right? Like, if you give your paladin, who already has a thing against undead creatures, an undead creature weapon, that's like you have... That's like, I don't know.
I mean, you
like
let him be him,
It's like a fireball inside a fireball.
Right.
That's like giving me the ability to cast like 7 fireballs in a row.
Right.
Which I can do. That's a bad example. But like, it's like giving someone the thing that they're best at.
Yeah.
And then making it better.
Yeah.
It seems like overkill, I guess is my point.
Well, this is not an overkill situation.
Okay, all right. So I cut you off before you asked the question. I'm sorry.
Our paladin has a thing about using the Sunsword to get a tan.
Can that do that? Can you get, like, you're the radiant magic kind of guy, right? Like, can you get a tan or a sunburn from radiant magic?
I don't know if you can get a... Sunsword's different,
because
it's light and radiant energy. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe, who knows?
So, like, I mean, like, its whole point is to kill undead, and like, it's in the hands of a warrior healer.
Yeah.
So maybe sunburn is the wrong word, but like, can you get? Is he using it to tan? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, he's using it. Yeah.
So this is like this dude and the protein shake guy from last week are on the same adventuring party?
Could be. The world's worst adventuring party.
I was like, I would never want to...
Couple of meatheads, one guy walking around in a thong.
Did they meet
sure he's got no tan line.
For sure they met at a fret, right? They met at like Neverwinter University fraternity, like Omega or something
tap
like
a keg. Yeah.
Oh, boring. Like, it's just like these people. Oh, God. And, like, it's always the older generation that does this week, right? The kids that are adventuring now are, like, really into, like, self-improvement and, like, making the party better and, like, cool shit. And it's always the older assholes that are getting a tan from the Sunsword and walking around in a Speedo.
I mean, if you have a question, like, 'cause we've got a couple of these kinds of questions now. If you have a question about, like, my party member is doing something unusual and it seems terrible, just assume that person's terrible.
That's a safe assumption.
Yeah,
Like
you don't
maybe,
need it. You don't need our validation.
Like maybe leave him at the inn.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like you go to
Thanks for getting those vampires.
Right.
Why don't you go that way? We're going to go this way.
Right. Just don't wake him up when you all dip out.
Right.
Right. That means it had to happen. It's
Right.
got to happen. Don't
Give
go.
the Elvish goodbye and just take off.
Yeah, give him the old. I love it. The old Elvish goodbye, and you're out of there. F that dude. That dude's an ass. Protein Shake and that guy can form their own
Seriously. Yeah.
weak ass guild. Because they're the kind of people that give all of the other adventurers a bad name, right? And they think we're all like assholes with closed minds. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, f that dude with stupid Sunsword. I don't like paladins to begin with. You know this. The anti-paladin bias.
Right.
Like, be a cleric. Grow up and be a cleric. Like, it's like you wanted to eat your cake and have it too. Like, it's like one of those things, right? Like, you want all the godly powers, but none of the godly responsibilities.
Oh no, they still have godly responsibilities.
Do they?
Yeah.
So, but like, I've seen clerics lose their magic. I've never seen a paladin lose the
Oh no,
favor.
that definitely happens.
Does it really?
Oh yeah.
When?
Well, okay, so let me put it this way. So losing their magic is less common than getting converted, like getting snatched, getting poached by a different god.
Oh, so where they like say like there's a paladin of Lathander and he starts just breaking bad.
Yeah.
Right? Then he becomes like a paladin of Kalimvor.
Exactly.
Well, that's worse.
Yeah.
Because you're just floating about with whatever like deity suits your needs at the time.
Yeah, you're kind of a
Like, yeah, seriously, commit to one bit
Yeah.
and stick to it, asshole.
you're a bit of a whore.
Yeah, I'm not a big paladin guy. Never have been. And like especially like when they do that creepy touch thing to heal you. Why do you have to actually touch me?
Lay on hands. Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
Right.
Why do it seems so
We should have a communication. Like, have a communication with your brain. Lay on hands means they should touch you in, like, the shoulder
right?
to
Yeah,
the
like
elbow.
The elbow, right? There's no reason.
I don't need you to touch on hands any ways below my belt. You know what I'm saying?
Nowhere
Like,
else, right? Unless you absolutely have to touch, like, the wound,
Right.
Don't be a creep about it.
No.
Just be cool, man.
Be cool.
right? For God's yeah, the paladin. Ugh. Anyway, all right. So I guess we could just add that to the list of things that Boots finds annoying.
Yeah.
It's like other classes. It's like, all right, you suck, you're all right, you suck, you're all right, you suck. Like,
So far, you're pro cleric and pro barbarian.
Right.
And, you know,
I'm
you're
pro
okay with
fighter.
Abjuration Wizards, and everybody else can suck it.
no pro fighters. I like
right,
fighters.
yeah.
Not all of them are protein shake ass, right?
Sure.
I have a thing for monks, right? Because
Yeah.
you know, like monks always have the best like physical attributes, right?
Yeah.
And I have a weakness for that. You know, I've dated many a monk.
That's true.
Yeah, I have a weakness for monks, but like not to adventure with. Well, I guess sometimes it's an adventure, but you know.
Right.
Anyways, all right. Is that it? Is that it for today? I feel like we're never gonna get through this pile.
No, I mean, it's...
So, guys, one more, and then we'll call it a day.
All right. Oh, here's a simple one. What are each of your personal favorite magic items?
So, what do I like the most?
Yes.
And what do you like the most?
Yes.
Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Why don't you go first?
So I have this like thing, right, that gives me an extra cast of the spell.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this little pearl thing, right? But my favorite one is probably my Boots of Speed.
Yeah.
The Oliver. See, a lot of people don't know this, right? But the
Magoots boots
the
that you
red
have.
boots from Magoots boots are actually Boots of Speed. So they make me incredibly fast, which has both hindered and helped us many times.
Yeah.
Because when I can follow Thud into a room, I can do it at speeds that actually keep up with a raging barbarian.
Right.
They're my favorite. They're the least useful item that I have. They're just my favorite.
Right.
Like, does a sorcerer need Boots of Speed? Absolutely not. They no, 100% no. Give them to the fighter or to the rogue or to someone that does that shit. I just have them and I enjoy them. That's really it. It's a personal choice. Does it help my magic? Not even a little bit.
No, but it's very you.
They're fun.
Yeah.
They're so much goddamn fun.
Yeah.
And you know how many foot races I've won with kids who didn't think old Boots can run that fast? Oh, dude, tons and tons. It's awesome.
We won. Where the heck were we?
And I cast haste on myself then too. It's
Yeah.
not fair sometimes.
We were in some stupid little town and like.
We were in the south, right? It was in like the desert towns when they're having the
Yes.
feet races. Yeah, I won. Yeah. Yep, that actually paid for our stays at the inns at
Yes,
that
it did.
time.
We were low at that point, and we were like, "I'm just gonna, watch this."
Yeah, and we were in the deserts. No, was that Kalimshan? I think it was the deserts, right? Because it was the desert. It was really hot as shit. It was hot as shit. We didn't have any water, so we used that to pay for the inn and for the water.
Yeah.
To travel across the desert. Yep, that's what that was. Yeah, boots.
Yeah.
Boots of Speed, everyone. Don't steal them. I
No.
love them.
Yeah.
Completely unnecessary. It really is. It's like a hat on a dragon. It does not need to be there. Just for fun. It's decoration only. What's your favorite?
So I have always had jealousy over people that can do that can just sort of bamf from
Yeah,
one place
so
to
like my Misty Stepping
Misty
and
stepping.
teleporting.
I've always thought that would be
That's so fun.
just amazing. The closest that I can get is with Cloak of Montalban.
Oh, yeah, well, you dimension door,
Yeah.
like hella far away.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You didn't get that till later
No, I
in our
didn't.
adventuring
I
career.
mean, you could always go with the goggles, too, right? Because they're way more practical.
Right.
Right,
So
so-
both of those things, but the Cave of the Montblanc.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I mean,
because
you're-
it's
all of
cool?
a sudden you're taking arrows from on high, and it's like, oh, man, what are we going
Right.
to do? Or like,
Yes.
the guys are up high, 150 feet away.
Yes, I forgot that there's a thing that you can do.
Let me
right?
knock all you dumb assholes off this cliff.
Oh, my God, I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a great magic item.
I really do like that one.
Because you can travel hella far, too, like 500, something like that feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just once, but, when you need it,
Comes in handy.
you need it.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, boots of speed for boots and the
And I don't have it anymore. Like,
really?
we've gone through a couple of them.
What happened to him?
Well, one got destroyed.
Did-
One we had to...
Please don't tell me I did that.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Just took a lot of arrows.
I
They
didn't know you
stopped
could destroy
working.
a cape like that with just a bunch of arrows.
I mean, these were magic arrows.
I guess that. All right. So the Cape of the Montblanc.
And once I had to trade it. Like, it was...
You had to trade your cape?
I did.
For what?
What the hell were we? You were there. You were,
I
you were
was
drunk.
That checked out.
Yeah.
Maybe you modified my memory and I can't remember what you traded it for. Asshole.
No, not that time.
Dude, how many times? Has it been more than one?
No.
I don't believe you. Seriously, so you don't have one at all?
I don't have one anymore, no.
Dude, I have one in the trunk at home. I'll bring it to you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, like, I remember hoarding a few of them because, well, I was giving them to you.
You sure?
I'm positive I have one. I hope it's not your old one. And I traded it from someone else who traded it to you.
Oh, whatever. I mean, they're great. I really can't say enough.
They really are.
Yeah.
All right. So that's our favorite magic item. And we good for the week?
We're good for the week. And keep sending your questions, everybody. Thank you so much.
We'll eventually get through this like huge pile of dish wet ones. And
Or
the
not.
ones-
Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Just
Yeah, we can send
5
some
or
new
10
ones.
a week, and we'll just keep going.
All right. Well, until next week, we'll see you soon at Rod and Flagon, at S. Maulsmith, or at Oliver Redboots. And everybody have a great week.
Have a great week, everybody.